Welcome back to Daybreak. There are more than 15 million cases of head lice each year in the U.S., with an increased risk during the back-to-school months.
So before sending your kids back to school, it might be a good idea to check for lice to prevent an outbreak at your child's school. And joining us this morning is lice expert Risa Barash. Good morning.
Hi.
So first off, who can get lice?
Anybody can actually get head lice, but school-age children are the most susceptible because they like to congregate together, they hug, they're together a lot, they have lockers where they'll share, all their coats in the same place. So those really are, the school-age kids are the most susceptible.
And this is something that can spread very, very easily and quickly.
Absolutely, because you don't really know that you have it until you have a full-blown outbreak. Because lice don't fly, and they just crawl. So it takes a while for the louse to move from head to head, and then they get in there and they lay their eggs, and then 7 to 10 days later, there you go, you have a full-blown outbreak.
And so what do parents need to be looking for?
Well, they need to calm down first. There are a lot of terrible things out there. Head lice really isn't one of them. It's more of a nuisance. So we tell parents the best thing you can do for your child is just do a weekly head check. You want to look in certain spots on a child's head where they like to congregate. So we have Derek here, so we can show you that lice like nice warm spots. So they like behind the ears. So you kind of lift up the hair and you look behind the ears, and a nit will be the size of a pinpoint. So they're really, really tiny. So you want to get a really good comb, like the fairy tales makes a Terminator comb. And you can really get in there and pick through tiny, tiny, tiny little sections of hair. And you want to look behind the ears, the back of the neck, the part lines. And now, we also found that certain herbs actually repel head lice. So our company, Fairy Tales Hair Care, created a line called Rosemary Repel. And it uses organic rosemary, citronella, tea tree, and lavender oils. Lice don't like the smell of. Yeah, so we have a spray that you can use every single morning. This is the rosemary spray, right, Derek? Exactly, it's good stuff. It smells great, it helps detangle, and the best part of it is it actually can prevent head lice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's something, if you hear of a case at your school, you hear of a case involving someone that may be on a sports team with you, that would be something good to use to kind of make sure that extra insurance policy.
Exactly. It puts a really nice layer of the fragrance on the hair every day so the lice don't really get to it. 85% of all school districts report at least one outbreak per year. So it's going to happen.
Yes.
And usually by the time you get that letter, it's already too late. So at Fairy Tales, we really help educate parents on how to help prevent head lice. And using the rosemary line is a really great thing. And then the removal is not as bad as we make it, as it can be. If you do those weekly head checks, the infestation won't be so bad. So when you do get that call that says, my child has lice, we always tell our moms, take a deep breath, calm down, maybe pour yourself a glass of wine, and then find a natural product. And Fairy Tales makes a product called Lice Goodbye, which uses enzymes. So there's no chemicals, there's no pesticides, it's really safe, you can use it over and over again. And the best part about it is if you're a little paranoid, you heard there's an outbreak and maybe you see, you think you see something in a child's head, you can use a product like a Lice Goodbye and not feel like you're putting pesticides on your child's head because you're a little paranoid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that useful information.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hey, thank you. You did a good job.
Yes, thanks. Good
He's
job.
like, what? I'm still asleep. Here's a look at some lice prevention tips. First up, know the symptoms, like we kind of talked about. Do not share hats, combs, or brushes. Also do weekly head checks and use preventative herbal products. For more information, just go to fox23.com, click on the Fox box, and search for Preventing Head Lice.